One of the worst things for physical healing and mental and emotional health is overstimulation. And when I burnt out, I learnt this very early on. My body was so wound up that I was forced to eliminate everything. I couldn't bear to look at a screen. I couldn't take in too much information, so I was sort of forced into this strategy. But what I found is it was not only great for my physical healing, but it also helped my mindset so much, my mental and emotional mindset. And I started to, over time, become so much more calm and relaxed. Like, it was crazy. It's something I'd always wanted to do, but I'd never put aside the time to do it. And the benefits of it have just been so good. Like, I just feel so in the moment. I just feel so creative, clear, resilient, and happy. And I'm going to share with you what I do in the mornings and the evenings. And I know that if you have the discipline to put this into practice, even in small steps, this will benefit you so much. So the most crucial times of the day are the morning and the evening. The morning, because you've just woken up, and it sets the tone of your entire day, what you put into your mind and the mental state that you start the day with. The evening, because this is the time before bed, and the state of mind that you go to bed in and the things that you're thinking about before bed are going to be the things that are marinating and just soaking in your subconscious mind overnight. And you're going to enter sleep in such a restful state. It's going to be deep. It's just going to be so healing for you. And you're going to wake up really fresh as well, because your mind has been so calm while you've been sleeping. So when I go to bed at night, I actually leave my phone away from me. It's in another room. It's on silent. It's actually on silent all day. But what I do is I will not check my phone first thing in the morning. Rule number 1, no phone. That might be freaking you out a bit already. What I do is I'll just get up and allow myself to start the day by just going and making myself a nice herbal tea. I'll get a nice chair and comfortable chair, sit out the back in the garden, or go for a walk up to one of the parks or ovals and just find somewhere to sit. I'll bring my journal with me, and it's just a really calming time of the day where nothing is getting into my mind from the outside. I'm blocking out the world, and I go there and I might start the day journaling. I might start the day in prayer. I might start the day just contemplating different things, just giving thanks. And I find that doing this it just starts the day so well. I'm just in this really relaxed state of mind, whereas other people are picking up their phones, checking their phones and filling their mind with all this stuff early on in the morning, and their mind's just all over the place, and that's how the rest of their day goes. I actually won't check my phone till probably about 10 o'clock. Usually, so I give myself a few hours in the morning. I know that might be a bit extreme for you, but you start small. In the evenings, what I'll do is I'll do something similar. I'll go find a nice place, preferably outdoors, depending on the weather and the time of the year, thinking about the things that I want to think about, putting the things into my mind that I want to put into my mind, and just getting into this really inspired state, where again, nothing can get in from the outside. What you want to do at these times is to think above the level of your environment. So say I spend half an hour to an hour doing that. For the rest of the evening, what I'll do is just be tech-free, completely off the internet, off of my phone, and I might go get a book to read. I might have a chat with a family. I might do anything else, just put on some nice relaxing music or something and write up some notes. But I've found that this has been such a big help for me. When you're filling your mind with that inspiration in a calm state, it's amazing what an impact it has on the subconscious mind. And I just picture my brain as if it was a giant piece of meat, and it's just soaking in this liquid of inspiration. It's just marinating, and it's just getting into the deepest parts. And then when I go to bed, I just go to bed feeling calm, my mind is clear, and I've probably had one bad night's sleep in the last 2 years. And I've noticed that my mindset is just getting better and better. So this is a simple thing to do. This isn't a difficult thing, and often I find the most powerful things are simple things. The most difficult thing is to actually getting the motivation to put it into practice. So this is going to be really hard to do at first. If you're not used to doing this, and it was for me, there's such an impulse. We're so addicted to stimulation, we're so addicted to entertainment, and we just want that dopamine hit by just checking the phone or just checking that latest bit of news. But one thing you got to understand is that you actually don't need to check it immediately. You don't. And I leave messages sometimes on my phone for days. Now you might not want to do that, and that's okay, but what I will do is I'll check it maybe a couple of times a day, and they're the times that I send off messages, they're the times that I allow myself to check news, and I find that there is just so little distraction doing things that way. And you might think, well, what am I going to do? I'm missing out on things, but you're not missing out. What you're actually missing out on at the moment is living your life. What you're actually missing out on is living from the place that you want to live from and moving in the direction that you want to move in. Everyone just sits at home on their phones and just wastes time just surfing the internet. That's just going to lead to a mediocre life. And no wonder your mind's overwhelmed. No wonder your body's not healing. No wonder you've got no energy. It takes a complete change of perspective to move away from that. But I would never go back. It's just amazing. People lived for thousands of years of recorded history like this. This is the most stimulated time in history, and this isn't the way we're meant to live, and we can see that. People are more depressed, overwhelmed, and anxious than ever before. And what I'd say is that, not everyone can do this. I understand that people have different levels of responsibility, and it might not be possible to block out large periods of time. But what you can do is start small. What you can do is to have a period of an hour where your phone's away from you, where you're off of the internet, where you're reading a book that you want to read, or you're spending time with your kids or other family and friends. It can look whatever way you want it to. The goal isn't to go from 0 to 100, but it's to slowly cut out those things and to see what impact they have. I think a lot of people want to do this, but a lot of people just don't think it's possible. And like I said, for me, my state of mind and emotional health has just transformed completely. Like, one of the things is I actually feel like a kid. I actually feel like a kid again, where you're just living in the moment and you're just enjoying the day and you're not thinking about 100 things that are going on. And yeah, I couldn't recommend it more. I didn't think that this state of mind was possible, but it is. Even if you start small, just try it, because it will have a huge impact on you. So try it, see how you go, and feel free to leave any comments in the section below. Take care. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Feel free to leave any comments or questions below, and don't forget to share with your friends.